everybody, it's Rain. Today's video we are going to be looking at this wonderful blend right here. It is from the Bambino collection. It is 85% merino wool and 15% bamboo. And I believe this colorway is called Hickory Dickory. Now I'm not 100% sure on that. I just did my research and that's what I'm seeing as a match right here. So we are going to be spinning this as a 2-ply from a center pull ball. And I also spun half of this fiber from the fold and half of this fiber from the end. So we're going to be comparing how the skein looks in the end, spun from the fold versus spun from the end. I've always wanted to see that, and today we're going to do it. If you would like a full in-depth video on how I spun this fiber from the fold, you can click the I in the top right corner and I will link the video where I spun this fiber from the fold, and it's all about spinning from the fold. I'm very excited, so let's jump in and get started. I did want to say one final thing about this fiber. As you can see, there are quite a few colors blended all together. It's not just like one patch of green and one patch of pink. There's quite a few of the little strands and they are very thin, so it's still going to turn into quite the blended yarn. So here is a little clip of me spinning from the fold, and once again, if you would like to see the full video on that and a lot more in depth, click on that I up there. I'm just going to show you a little segment of me spinning from the fold just so you can see how it looks. But this video is mainly going to focus on spinning from the end and then checking out the results and the comparison of both. So here we are spinning from the end, and I do have to say having a little bit of bamboo thrown in does give the fiber a very interesting feel and an interesting draft, to say the least. I've spun a fiber that was hand blended with bamboo, and it definitely is a little more grippy than your regular wool or alpaca. Be sure to leave a comment down below if you would like to see a Let's Spin This episode on pure bamboo. And here is a nice up-close shot so you can really see how those fibers are drafting out and how they would spin as if you were sitting right next to me. That's my goal, at least. It's a little bit grippier if you've ever knitted with cotton. I haven't spun cotton, so I cannot talk on it yet, but it is a plant fiber. It's a type of plant fiber, and it does feel like a grippy plant fiber, but it's a very low amount in this blend, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference, but you can still feel that difference than just if it was 100% merino wool, if that makes any sense. But I have to say, other than that slight plant fibery feel to it, this was a very enjoyable spin. I loved the color shifts in it and all the different colors. It definitely kept it interesting, and it was something new to try for sure. I would recommend this for maybe like an advanced beginner. I wouldn't go for this as like your first ever spin. And that's just my humble opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. But if you've got drafting down even just a little bit, if you can do merino wool, you probably won't have any issues with this. So I got a really nice shot of our join. I always do a join in our Let's Spin This, so you can see how easy it is to join if you pull the fiber, break it, or anything like that. So here we are. I just do a simple join. I let all of the twist out of the fiber, keep my fingers together pinched up there, fluff that new fiber out a little bit we're going to be joining to, lay that old fiber in, let go, press my pedal, and just let the twist run back into the fiber supply ever so slightly and draft out. And that is how you spin yarn, and that's what joins your fiber. This one joined wonderfully. There was no problems. Very easy to join. Just make sure you let it grip enough. If you have to, you can bring the fiber in on a little bit of an angle, and that'll be an even stronger join. So we will finish out this clip with me spinning across the top of the braid one last time, and then we'll take a look at our singles, spun from the fold versus spun from the end, just like so. Here is what we just spun, spinning across the top of the braid. Here is our spun from the fold braid, and you can totally see the difference already. The colors are just staying a little bit more true and a little bit less muddied up than spinning it regularly. Here I have our two balls of fiber that were wound with a ball winder to make a center pull ball for each.
This one was spun from the fold, and this one was spun from the end. You can already see the difference that spinning from the fold makes. You can see the colors a little bit better.
I'm going to be plying them both the same. I'm going to apply the center pull with the outside end to make a nice 2-ply, and that way we can compare them in the most even way possible.
So let's get started. I have my wheel set on the S-twist. I spun all of my singles Z-twist. Got it ready to go. Here's our center pull, and here is our outside pull. And lay them together just like so. Feed them through our leader, a little off to the side. Put my spinning wheel on about 12 o'clock.
And we'll just start plying nice and slowly here. I always like to say plying is the finishing step in the spinning process, and that's going to lead to your finished yarn. So make sure you go nice and slow, nice and steady, and try to get that ply as perfect as you possibly can. The singles you don't have to worry about as much, but the plies definitely, because that is what is going to be your finished twist and lead to your finished yarn. So plying from the center pull and the outside pull can be a little bit tricky. I don't really recommend it for a beginner, but it is entirely possible. Don't be afraid to just jump in. All you have to do is keep turning that ball so that the outside pull doesn't get tangled up with the center pull. So I just keep twisting it and plying it nice and smoothly. And I think I forgot to mention, this ball is the ball that we spun from the fold. So after plying just a little bit, I always stop and check and make sure my twist is nice and that I'm liking the way it's turning out. And again, this one was spun from the fold. So here is our second little mini skein that we're going to be plying today. I'm not going to show you too much of this, just a little snippet so you can see the way that I was plying it and everything, the way it turned out. And then we're going to take a look at those comparisons. I know that's what you guys have been waiting for. I'm excited to see them as well. I did want to show you this close-up of the way that I keep my ball from tangling up and just keep it spinning as you go. It is a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. As long as you can keep up with that ball and make sure it doesn't get tangled, it's not bad at all. And here is how our ply was looking. I wanted to go ahead and show you that, and the twist, of course. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this comparison. So take your guesses now. Comment down below if you think the one on the left was spun from the fold or the one on the right was spun from the fold. Let me know in the comments down below if you can tell right off the bat which one was spun from the fold versus spun from the end. Alright, so if you guessed the one on the right spun from the fold, you are correct. And it's pretty obvious here, in my opinion. You can see the one on top is the one spun from the fold, the one on the bottom was spun from the end. The one on top definitely has more color pops. Like the colors are popping more, they're not as muddied up. The one on the bottom is kind of just muddy. You can see all the different colors, but they're all kind of melded together, blended and everything. But the one on the right, you can see clearly there's definitions of pink and a little bit of yellow here and there, green. Remember, this colorway was very, very busy. It had a lot of colors, like very thin stripes of colors going lengthwise down the braid. So there was a lot of color variation in this braid itself, but you can definitely tell a difference in spinning from the fold versus spun from the end. So I had been wanting to see a comparison of spinning from the fold versus spinning from the end using colorways like this for a very long time, and I hope you all have been looking forward to this as well. I hope it might provide some type of answer for you if you're thinking about using spinning from the fold as a technique on one of your gorgeous braids in your stash. You guys let me know if there's any other techniques you would like me to compare, or we can do a side-by-side like we did in this video. Let me know down below. I'm open to all suggestions, and I will do my best to film some really cool content videos just like this one. Now, also, one more thing to think about when spinning from the fold versus spinning from the end. Spinning from the fold was a lot more work than I was expecting. It did take a lot longer to spin, even just this mini skein, which was like 25, 30 grams, something like that. So do keep that in mind going into this. If you're going to spin something from the fold, it is going to be a little bit more work and it's going to take a little longer. So you'll have to decide on your own if it's worth it for the extra work and to get these colors to separate the way that they do when you do spin from the fold. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I am going to have an update video soon on where I've been and why I'm not uploading as regularly as I was before. I'm trying to get back into it slowly. I'm just not going to make any promises on one video per week just yet. We will get there for sure in the future. Hopefully, I'm trying to get to 2 videos per week. It's just going to take a little more time than I'd planned. Had a few things in life come up, and no worries, everything's fine. I just haven't felt great lately, and I will let you guys know in the update why that is. And just don't worry, everything's great. It's all perfect. And thank you so much for being patient with me. And if you're subscribed to me, go ahead and hit that bell notification since I'm not uploading on a strict schedule right now. So that way you will be notified when I upload a video if you want to see them. I'm really thankful you guys are so patient with me. I have the best subscribers ever. I love you guys so much and I will see you really soon. Thank you again so much. Just thank you for being patient and understanding. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye bye.